Imagine this. Beneath all your thoughts, beneath the stars, beneath even time itself, there exists something utterly beyond words. It has no form, no boundary, no name, yet everything comes from it. It's not a being, but being itself. This isn't the plot of a sci-fi film or a mystical poem. It's the core insight of one of the most profound thinkers of antiquity, Plotinus, the great philosopher of Neoplatonism. Born in the 3rd century CE, Plotinus saw reality not as a collection of separate objects, but as a living cascade of emanation, flowing from a mysterious ultimate principle he called the One. In today's video, we'll explore Plotinus's stunning vision of the cosmos, how everything, including your own consciousness, arises from the One, and how his ideas echo through Spinoza's divine monism, the Upanishads of India, and even modern theories of consciousness. Plotinus lived during a turbulent time in Roman history, around 204–270 CE. A student of Plato's tradition, he founded what later came to be called Neoplatonism, not a break from Plato, but a deepening of his mystical, metaphysical core. Whereas Plato spoke in symbols and dialogues, Plotinus offered a systematic cosmology rooted in direct spiritual experience. He wasn't just theorizing, he was practicing, meditating, and seeking union with what he called the One. His ideas were recorded in the Enneads, compiled by his student Porphyry. These texts became some of the most influential writings in the entire Western mystical tradition, inspiring Christian mystics like Meister Eckhart, Islamic thinkers like Al-Farabi, and even shaping the metaphysics of the Renaissance. Plotinus was less interested in theology than in inner transformation. His core question wasn't, what is God, but rather, how does anything exist at all, and how do we return to the source? At the heart of Plotinus's philosophy is the One, the ineffable origin of all things. But here's the twist. The One is not a personal deity, not a creator God who acts with intention. It is beyond all attributes. You cannot say it is good or true or even that it exists, because it precedes even those concepts. The One is so radically transcendent that it cannot be grasped by thought. Yet paradoxically, it is also the ground of all thought, all being, all beauty. Imagine pure unity, not as an abstraction, but as a living fullness so complete that it overflows. Plotinus says that the One does not choose to create. Rather, like light radiating from the sun, all reality naturally emanates from the One. This is not creation in time, but an eternal unfolding, from unity to multiplicity. From the One comes nous, the divine intellect. From nous comes soul, and from soul, the living cosmos we perceive. The world, according to Plotinus, is structured like a great chain of being, a dynamic hierarchy that begins in pure unity and cascades down into multiplicity. But unlike static metaphysics, this chain is alive, it pulses with energy. First comes the nous, the realm of divine forms, the perfect archetypes of all things. Here, thought is still unified but aware. The nous contemplates the One and thus knows itself. From this contemplative act flows the world's soul, the principle of life and motion. The soul bridges the timeless world of ideas with the flowing world of phenomena. Finally, we arrive at nature, the material world, a dim reflection of higher realities, but still connected to the divine. You and I, according to Plotinus, are souls clothed in matter, temporarily entangled in form, but always yearning to return. This return is not a physical ascent, it is an inward journey of remembrance. So how does the soul return to the One? For Plotinus, the answer is not through logic or dogma, but through spiritual practice, inner purification, and contemplative vision. He writes that the soul must withdraw into itself, shedding the distractions of sense and ego, to discover the divine light within. The journey is like polishing a mirror, removing the distortions of desire and illusion until the true image of the divine shines through. This path is deeply experiential. It resembles the Advaita Vedanta of India, where the self, or Atman, is revealed to be identical with the ultimate reality, Brahman. It also echoes Spinoza, who saw the human mind as a mode of the one infinite substance, which he also called God or nature. For Plotinus, mystical union is not an escape from the world, it is the fulfillment of its deepest truth. The soul does not lose itself in the one. It becomes most fully itself because its truest nature was always divine. One of Plotinus's most striking insights is his view of time and eternity. He distinguishes between the timeless unity of the one, which he calls eternity, and the unfolding dance of time, which is the realm of soul and nature. Time is not a clock ticking in the background, it is the life of the soul, the rhythm of its unfolding. In this view, the cosmos is not a dead mechanism. It is a living organism, animated by the soul's dynamic movement. Stars, planets, even elements, all participate in a vast spiritual symphony. This is not metaphor. For Plotinus, the universe is literally alive. Consciousness is not confined to brains, it is woven into the fabric of existence. Every level of reality, from galaxies to atoms, reflects the one in its own way. This is why Neoplatonism has such deep resonance with panpsychism and process philosophy today. It sees consciousness not as an emergent glitch, but as the very expression of being itself. Plotinus was not alone in this vision. His ideas converge in stunning ways with Eastern mysticism, especially the non-dual teachings of Vedanta and certain strains of Mahayana Buddhism. The concept of a single, ineffable source, the idea of the world as a manifestation of consciousness, the goal of liberation as returning to the ground of being, these themes are nearly universal. Even in the West, his influence runs deep. Spinoza's God, the one infinite substance that expresses itself through infinite modes, closely parallels Plotinus's emanation from the one. And Whitehead's process philosophy, which sees reality as dynamic and mental at its root, feels like a modern echo of Neoplatonism. Even today's physics, with its mysterious quantum fields and non-local entanglement, opens space for Plotinus's insight, that beneath multiplicity lies a deeper unity beyond space and time. Plotinus challenges us to see the world and ourselves in a new light, not as isolated objects drifting in a cold universe, but as rays of light flowing from a single luminous source. The journey of the soul is not about acquiring something new. It is about becoming what you already are. In every breath, every moment of stillness, you are already connected to the one, the groundless ground of being, the origin of all thought, beauty, and love. The task is simply to remember, to turn inward, to let go of illusion and rest in the truth. You are not separate from the universe, you are the universe, remembering itself. If that resonates, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to explore more luminous paths of philosophy, consciousness, and cosmic insight, subscribe. Because here, we don't just think about reality, we feel its radiance together.